Hello and welcome to Kita's Creation. So today the product we're going to be using is called Natrasap, and I do get this from Lotion Crafters, but I believe there's other companies that sell a similar product. And what Natrasap is a vegan oil gelling agent. So basically it just makes stable translucent gels and balms. So I want to give you guys an example of what we're working with here. This is just from mixing the Natrasap with oil. It works best with vegetable oils. However, you can use it with other oils. Like this is a combination of castor oil and olive oil, but you can see how thick this mixture is. And because I took so long with the video, I figured I would give you guys kind of a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 or whatever you want to call it today. So we're going to show you a few ways to use this as well as how to make it. It's pretty simple how to put it together with this particular product. So let's go ahead and get started. So with Natrasap, what you're going to do is to start it out. I don't want to say it's a little difficult because it's not, but for me, I misplaced my little tiny like hand mixer, so I don't have that to use to speed up the process of like blending. But what I'm using in this recipe is just 1/2 tablespoon of this Natrasap, as you can see. So I'm just going to pour this in here. So this is where the fun comes in. So to make my emulsion, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my oil of choice. Now you can use any vegetable oil, really any oil at all. But the challenge comes in because initially you have to add the oil basically like a drop at a time. So this is what I'm going to do to kind of mix it together. I'm just going to add a little bit to my spoon and start stirring it in. And it's imperative that you do it this way, because if you don't, what happens is it immediately just kind of separates. So the first 10% of the oil, you want to kind of add in drop by drop. So just the smallest amounts that you could possibly mix in. And again, if you have one of those little tiny hand mixers, not like a high shear mixer or anything like that, but the little tiny mixer, then you could just use that and it make the process a little easier and faster. So again, initially you're just going to add little bits in at a time until it's all incorporated. And I'm going to put you guys on pause while I combine this, so just bear with me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I've incorporated my tablespoon of olive oil, I'm going to go ahead and add my tablespoon of castor oil. Now with this tablespoon, since the olive oil is already added in, you can go ahead and just put the whole tablespoon in there and just kind of mix it in. Okay, so this is when it starts to speed up a little bit, and as you can see, it starts to gel. And I noticed, according to the oil, it really just depends on the oil that you use. Like that'll determine the viscosity, like how thick your product turns out. I personally really like the way the castor oil looks. As you can see, it is extremely thick, most like a gel. So now that we have this mix, I want to show you guys a few ideas to use this mixture with. And I don't know if I mentioned, but Natrasap is basically made from like extracts from like wood, as well as the I think it's pronounced saponaria plant, which believe it or not, in some regions they use it in to emulsify like tahini. So it is like a natural emulsifier in a sense as well. Anywho, so you want to use Natrasap at about 20%, 15 to 20%, I believe. So now that we have our gelling substance here, and this is the one I made from earlier, you can see how thick this mixture turned out. I want to show you guys a few things that that I've decided to make with it. So the first idea that I had in mind was you can use this as like a natural ointment, and you can just add either like golden seal, or if you have like eczema, you can add neem oil and tea tree oil to it. You could also add aloe vera, or even like dandelion. There's a lot of different options you can use if you want to try to use this as like a natural ointment. But I also wanted to say, if you want to use this as like a vitamin C serum, what you're going to do is you're going to set this aside, and then you want to begin to add in your vitamin C mixture to it. So basically, to make a vitamin C serum, now keep in mind with this Natrasap, you can add in like waters to it. It's not water soluble, but you can add waters to it. Like, it does blend well with water, if that makes sense. So you can add water up to 4% to make a less greasy serum with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this same container here that I mixed it in, and I'm just gonna use some of this propanediol, and I'm gonna say maybe I'm gonna use about a half teaspoon of propanediol in here. And this is what we're doing for our vitamin C serum. And as you know, propanediol helps dissolve certain ingredients. And then I'm gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon of this vitamin C powder to the propanediol. And for the sake of time, obviously, I may not have a ton of time to allow this to fully dissolve. You can always add panthenol to this as well, because as you know, just like the propanediol, panthenol is also a humectant. You know, if you wanted to make a vitamin C serum, and again, this is an anhydrous version of a vitamin C serum. If you want to have it with water, or I would recommend adding like aloe vera to it. So this is mixing the vitamin C with the propanediol. And we're going to add about, I'm going to say a tablespoon of this Natrasap and oil mixture, this gel that we created. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of that into our vitamin C. And this is how we're going to get the vitamin C serum. So then you just want to mix this really well. And of course, it's not going to fully dissolve until you add, you know, a water-based like substance, either water or, you know, aloe vera. I'm going to use aloe vera. So they said up to 4%. So I'm going to use about, give me a second here. It's kind of hard for me to pour, but I have my 1/8 measuring spoon, 1/8 teaspoon. So I'm going to start with that and see how this works out. So you just want to stir it all in. So I want you guys to kind of see how it looks. And it starts to become more like opaque. So it will never, it will no longer be like translucent if you add like a water or aloe vera to it. It starts to become opaque, as you can see. And so that's what it looks like, but obviously adding the aloe vera makes it less greasy. So this is your vitamin C serum, and you see it's still really thick. I'm trying to get it at an angle where you can see it's still pretty thick. So if you wanted to just, you know, add any additional ingredients in here at this stage, you can. So that's that. That's the serum, the vitamin C serum. But I also wanted to show you guys another option. Now, with the remaining Natrasap gel that we have here, there was this product that my daughter uses. I can't remember the name of the product, but it's um, it's for like natural hair. I believe it adds, like moisture and all that. So anyway, um, I figured for a while, like I was literally trying to like figure out the formulation for that, and I think this works really, really well. This combination that I'm about to show you, and this can either be used as like a face mask or a hair mask. So either one is fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add to our Natrasap mixture this time. We're gonna add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey. So I want to show you guys how this looks. I may need to add another tablespoon to it, but as you probably already know if you've watched enough videos, I kind of wing it with a lot of the things that I make. So um, there's no like hardcore recipe, so it's just kind of go with the flow more or less. But as you can see, because it has so much oil in here, look how thick this is. Like this can be a natural hydrating honey mask or a natural hair mask. And I want to show you guys the product that I'm referring to. I think I'm going to add maybe another tablespoon of honey, but I want to show you guys the product that I'm referring to. You can always add more propanediol to this. You can always add glycerin to it to get more of the same viscosity as this product that I'm about to show you. So just bear with me. I'm going to go and grab it because I want you guys to see how similar it is to this product, viscosity and everything. So just bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, it's a Camille Rose hair brand, and if you're familiar with this, you've used it before, then you know what I'm talking about. But as you can see, I'm gonna open it up so you can see, it's really similar in texture. See, and this is a product that I've been wanting to emulate, and I think that I pretty much nailed it. What do you guys think? So obviously, feel free to add anything else to it that you choose. But well, I just wanted to show you one other option. So this one I've already mixed. Okay, so this is adding a surfactant to it. So if you want to add, like I think I added foaming apple or something like that to it. So this is adding a surfactant and more water. I just want you guys to kind of see to that Natrasap. I want you guys to see the how it pours out. This is just perfect, like literally. And then with the surfactant being in there, it suds it up, as you can see. I got ink on my hands, but yeah. So you can kind of see this is like a super easy way to make a natural like face wash. So there's so many different options to this product. It's super easy. But again, obviously, as you know, if you add water to your product or aloe or anything water based, you need to add a preservative to it. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoy this tutorial. Again, we're talking about Natrasap and the different varieties of things that you can do with it. Again, until next time, thank you for watching Kita's Creations.